Take two?
Well, John was the one that was adventuresome. He was all for doing anything that was a little bit scary or
Exciting.
wild-like. And Butch was always studious and more quiet. He looked like a professor going to high school with his briefcase instead of one of the students.
Briefcase and a trombone.
Oh no.
And
We gotta get the kids. Nerd alert.
Pretty yes.
So did he
The
care
winner.
that it wasn't the cool thing to do? Did he care anything about being cool
Clearly not.
at that time in high school?
Never. To
Did
this
Butch
day,
care? Did he care what other people would say about him?
no,
And what about you? Did you
Band
just
might have
let
been really
all
cool
your
back
kids
then.
do whatever they wanted? Did you just let your children grow up? Or did you, like John was so different than Butch, was that because of you, anything you did?
no, I don't think so. That was just the personality they were born with. That I remember the time when we were out at the dam, and
Yellowtail Dam.
John got up on the, what do you call it, the parapet or
Ledge.
of that dam and walked along it. Now that's the kind of a,
Gary.
and
It was only about 3 feet to the pavement.
3 feet
Or a
nothing.
couple
It was
thousand.
clear to the bottom of the
Well,
dam.
that was the other side.
Yeah.
How old was John at that time? A little kid?
Oh, you remember it, don't you? Don't you? You must have been about
6.
6 or 7. And I was too scared to even yell at you to get down. I thought if I yell at him or if I do anything to upset him, he'll fall over. So we just carefully told you to please get down.
Did I make it? Okay, you were talking about Sis as the nurturing one from a little girl to an adult. Talk about that.
Well, Sis was the one that helped get you to bed and helped me just take care of you. She, and she wanted everything to be happy and not anybody fighting or quarreling or anything. And of course, they really weren't. They weren't a quarrelsome family, but she, to this day, you all know her now, that they come to Sis. Sis is the mothering one of this whole family, and not just our family, but other families too, and of course of her own. But I was trying to think who. I'm sorry I'm taking so long, but I have to. This is when I know I'm slipping. I can't get my thoughts
Hey, you're pretty good compared to many.
Yeah.
together.
How about Jerry?
Ginny
Ginny?
was always vivacious and up for. Well, Ken Fox used to say you could tell when Ginny was coming home from school a block ahead because you could hear her laughing down the. She was very outgoing and was vivacious like that. And Jerry was very studious and was. She was. Well, she took part in things in high school and so on, but she was a good student and excelled in things that she did, and which she still does. And Jay was timid. He thought he had to live up to what John did, and he couldn't do that. He was too shy to get out there and play football and do all those things.
Now we have to be careful. Jay's going to be watching this, you know. he had some other qualities that he was good at.
Jay's made up for lost time as far as being
Friendly.
Yeah.
personable.
He's very
yeah.
friendly.
He's
He
very
is
friendly.
not shy.
Well, he used to go with his friends and sit on the bench while they played ball games, and he sat and watched them. He was, you know, he wanted to be with his friends, but he didn't want to, and he wouldn't stay overnight with anyone. When it was time for him to go to scout camp, the scout leaders came to pick him up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and he refused to go downstairs. He would not go.
Strong-willed.
And we'd have kids come to our house and stay overnight, his friends. But when it was time for him to, some of the mothers said, well, they can't come back to your house unless, you know, unless ours can go there. Well, he never wanted to go to anybody else's house and stay overnight. And, but he turned out to be a pretty good kid, I'd say.
And what about Jerry?
Jerry's the one that was the studious one. And Jerry was a pom-pom girl, like a cheerleader, and so I mean she was active in school, but she was I think the most studious one probably, and
Wouldn't lower her standards for any reason, for anybody. That's what I kind of remember her as.
I'll say that again.
She would never lower or change her standards for any situation.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Did we go through all the kids there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's